Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me to introduce myself. My name is Magfiroh. I am a student in Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. In this meeting, I want to describe my research about learning obstacle of students in geometrical sequence and series. The first, introduction. Education holds an important role in preparing quality human research and able to compete in the development of science and technology. So, education must be implemented as well as possible to obtain maximum result. Education should be managed both in quality and quantity. Effort to achieve goals and create a learning process that allows students to develop their knowledge. Teachers need to design a lesson in such a way that the learning process take place well and expected learning objective can be achieved. Learning that takes place in one direction can reduce student opportunities to build their own knowledge and learning that is less meaningful. Such learning has the potential to cause various difficulties and learning obstacles. And then, one of the materials studied in mathematics is sequence and series. The purpose of this material is to equip students with the concept of sequence and series pattern used to solve problems. In fact, students are still confused in solving problems related to geometrical sequence and series material. The second method. This research is qualitative research using a case study design. And then the subject were for students of grade 10 of senior high school in Cirebon. And then data collection is done by using test and interview. The test is used to identify the learning obstacle by student and interview as supporting data. And data analysis is used to reduce data, present data, and collect conclusion. And the third, result and discussion. The result in this research were obtained from tests related to learning obstacle in the material of geometrical sequence and series. Question number 1 is a question related to student ability to determine the number of the first n sequence if two sequences are known in a geometrical sequence. The following are the learning obstacle experienced by student in question number 1. On figure 1, we can see the student made mistakes. The student didn't write correctly what was asked in the question. After conducting interview, the student said that he was not careful in reading the question, so that the answer written was wrong. It means the student has ontogenic obstacle. Next, the learning obstacle experienced by next student in question number 1. On figure 1b, we can see that the student didn't write the formula correctly, so that the answer written was also wrong. The student stated that he felt confused when differentiate formula for geometrical sequence and formula for arithmetic sequence. It means the student has ontogenic obstacle. And next, question number 2 is question related to the ability of student to determine the number of sequence if the first sequence and the ratio are known. The following are the obstacle experienced by student in question number 2. On figure 2a, we can see that the student solved the problem manual. The result made by the student is correct, but the conclusion written is slightly wrong. He should be in the fourth month. After conducting interview, the student said that it was easier to solve problem manually compared to using formulas, and at the time of writing student conclusion was wrong. It means the student has didactical obstacle. And next, the learning obstacle experienced by student in question number 2. On figure 2b, we can see The student solved the problem manually as a figure 2a. However, the student made many mistakes in solving the problem. After conducting interview, the student stated that the answers were written with origin, and some of them look at their friend answer. It means the student has ontogenic obstacle. And next, question number 3 is a question related to student ability to determine the end sequence and a geometrical sequence. The following are the learning obstacle experienced by student in question number 3. On figure 3, we can see the student didn't write the formula for the end sequence in the geometrical sequence correctly. The student wrote the power of the ratio into ordinary multiplication and also make mistakes when multiplying the final result in the answer. After conducting interview, the student wrote the formula wrong and felt confused when using the formula. It means the student has ontogenic obstacle. And next, question number 4 is a question related to student ability to determine the end sequence if the first sequence and ratio are known. Figure 4a, we can see the student is able to understand the meaning of the question. However, the answer written by the student is wrong. After conducting interviews, our students feel confused when solving questions because the question given had never been met before. It means the student has epistemological obstacle. And next, the learning obstacle experienced by next student in question number 4. On figure 4b, we can see the student has not been able to understand the meaning of the question, so that the answer written are wrong. After conducting interview, the student was confused about what to ask in the question, causing other errors in solving the question. It means the student has ontogenic obstacle. The last conclusion, based on the result of the discussion above, it is found that there are learning obstacle experienced by students in the material of geometrical sequence and series, namely ontogenic obstacle, didactical obstacle, and epistemological obstacle. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.